All right, so today we are dressing, that's what they call it, dressing two ducks. We have one already separated who has a little leg injury, who is ready and been ready to, who's ready and been ready to be dressed. So we're going to do that one first. We're only going to do 3 today. There's a bunch of them out there, but we're going to cull the ones that don't get along and the ones that are injured physically so that they can be ready for some roast. Uh, this is the first time I'm dressing a duck, but I'm going in. We're going to do what we need to do the plucking. I have my whole station set up, and yeah, so we're gonna walk you through that. I want to show the most simple, easiest way that I've been able to read up and find on how to do it. I want to address like the different types of methods along the way, and I choose to do it the halal way, where it's much more of a humane, gentle process. We did a separation. They're in there. One of them is already separated. The other 2 are in the main cage, but we're going to then separate them so they have that time to calm down. You don't want the meat to be stressed or like tense, but when it's done. So I do a little separation, and then that way they're calm, very calm and relaxed. And then we'll pick them up and gently talk to them and go through this, calming process to keep them really relaxed. And yeah, so I took, I think there's clips of the station after I got it sanitized and ready, and all the tools that I'm going to use um, to get this done. All right, I will be back. So we're here on our little station. We've got some sage going. We have our little, we're using a fish descaling table. We have a little countertop, and then we've got our participant. We're going to use that there for a nice, quick, easy neck slice. And we've got those over there ready to go and set up. And since we're out in the woods, we have our mosquito stuff going on. So as you can see, she's nice and calm. Got the water running a little bit because they like water, so it'll calm them down. And then I am going to separate the feathers to get a nice shot towards the skin. And then we're going to do a nice one quick slice. I don't have a camera person, so we're doing this in little clips. I'm trying to see if I can set it up. Should be able to set it up right here, and then I'll move this over a tad. Okay. All right. So we're gonna move it forward to the sink. Yes. Look. So this here is the reasoning why this girl has to go. Um. So what happens is with meat ducks, they're made for food. So they grow very fast, and then they end up getting little feet problems. I don't recommend anybody get these types of ducks for pets because you have so much health issues with them that when they get too big, that it makes it to the point where you end up having to put them down. And that's what I initially got them was for meat ducks. But my mom was like, don't give it to my babies. I'm like, they're mine. I bought them for meat so I could roast the duck. Like, she didn't, she wasn't trying to have that. Then I told her, if you're gonna get more, don't get meat ducks. Get regular mallards and call it a day. Because people do, eat mallards, but they're not made for that. So they're smaller and they can hold themselves up. Also, okay, we're done with the water. Okay. We're going to dump that because we are using this 5-gallon bucket underneath here to collect any excess fluids that come off. And I know. To collect any excess fluids that come off, so that way we can take them deep into the woods and dispose of it deep into the woods, because we don't want to have that smell around them. And we also usually have them out free ranging, but since we're going through this, we don't want to have anybody, witnessing what's going on. Okay. All right. So now I know we're gonna turn your head around like this. Look, just like this. Let me show you. And then I'm gonna look under like this. Let me go like this. Gentle, very gentle. Yes, let me see. Okay. Right. Okay. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3. We gotta go like this. Okay. It's fluffy under here. Very fluffy. Like nice little massage. Okay. And so we'll fluff this up and get it to where we have a nice little spot revealing, and get real relaxed, like a little massage situation. Don't look. Yes, don't look, because you're gonna see me, and we don't want you to do that. We don't want you to do that. Alrighty. Okay. Right. We've got feather we need to go through. I'm trying to do it so that... Oh. There we go. Alright. It's okay. Phone got right in there. All right, we had ended up, because we did the slit and it was taking longer than it should have, in my opinion, because it was still able to breathe. Well, it was still gasping for air. So what I did is that I just kept good pressure on the neck, made a one solid slit, but then I slit deeper to speed up the process. And I wanted it to be done even faster, so I didn't want it to be gasping for as long as possible. So I extended them out. Then I took the butcher knife and then I chopped the head completely off. That way it wasn't at least struggling to breathe. What it did is it caused, because once you clip the nerves, then it started to get a little tense like this and shake around, and the head started to move a little bit more, because I wasn't able to hold it anymore when it was detached. So it does a lot of movement, but as you can see, it's still there's no, rigidity in it. So we're going to leave that. We're going to take the legs off, and then we're going to empty out this bucket in the woods, and we should be good with that. Then we're going to take the feathers off. But it's definitely not for the faint of heart. So as you can see, I am out here with no cameraman, no assistant, nothing. So we're going to clean this surface off, and we have 2 more to go. I think that I'm going to take the approach of just, it's hard to do it with just yourself. So if I may possibly wrap the wings around, so that it's being held down, like wrap it. And then that way I can just have both hands free to hold the neck down, and I don't have to worry about, I just have to position myself so I could get a nice quick slice or a chopping motion to just completely detach the head in that way. I think I'd rather do that. Yeah, because I don't want to do the whole blunt force trauma and just snap the neck with my hand or hit them until they're like dumbfounded. I don't want to do that. So I just want to quickly just boop, chop, and then that's it. All right, so we finished getting all the feathers off. This section here, you basically have to do a little pinching action like this, but then once you get to this wing area up at the top, it's really hard to get those feathers out, so you kind of have to like twist and pull, but you basically pull in the opposite direction that the feathers are going. There's still little pieces of this hard stuff in here, but I'm going to deal with that when I get inside. I just got as much of it off as I could out here. Some people use the blowtorch. I might actually try that and see how well that does. But we have all the scraps in there. And I tried to scrape it with the knife, but that ended up, because the skin is so thin, that ended up puncturing in a lot of areas, and I didn't want that, so I had to stop doing that. Basically, this piece here on the neck is where they breathe, so you want to set them up, come to the side of them, and then find this little V area here. Put your fingers on this on both sides, and then poke down into and slice across. That should be much easier than what I was doing. I did the slice, but it was a lot of fidgeting around, so it was hard for me to actually get a good handle on her. But as you can see, this is where they're breathing from, so you want to cut that so you don't have to keep hearing them breathing. And then I just cut the neck, severed the neck straight off. See, there's still a little bit of fur there, or feathers there on this wing, because you miss some of them sometimes. But I filled the sink up with water, and then you could kind of see the fuzz where the fuzzy stuff was. Then I chopped this tip of the wing off because it was easier for me to. There was a lot of long feathers on there, so you don't really eat that part anyway. So I took that off, chopped the legs off, then I cut straight down with the butcher knife, severed off the whole butt area and tail, and I was able to stick my hand up in there and pull all the guts out. So that's where we are. We're getting ready to season this up. Thank you very much, little duck. And this is what it's supposed to look like after it's dressed, after it's killed and dressed. And there's a bee that's been hanging out. Supposedly they eat pollen. Well, apparently they like the blood too. So they're checking stuff out. Probably keeping, since they have a good memory, keeping an eye on who's doing the killing. Anyway, there you are.